Good morning. Welcome to the John Mendola Show here on WILK, 10:02 in the morning. Well, we got a lot to talk about this morning. You could join us online every single day. It is the johnmendolashow.com. You can check out some interviews we've had in the last week, including some live basketball on YouTube between Dunmore and the Riverside Lady Vikes and Old Forge in Riverside. We are going to be talking some swimming this morning. We're going to talk some basketball. We're going to talk with Mark Lewinsky, who went to GAR, Lackawanna College, in West Virginia. Seattle Seahawks now with the Indianapolis Colts. We'll talk with about Mark Duda being inducted into the Hall of Fame. What a great honor it is for him. So we'll talk with him this morning here on the John Mendola Show. But first up, we're going to talk some swimming. The Wallenpaupack swim team in studio with us. Stephanie Campbell, their head coach, with us. And Stephanie, welcome into the show today.
Thank you. We're excited to be here today.
Well, we appreciate you making the big trek down, and a lot of challenges with the swimming program at Paupack, but you're overcoming, and these swimmers are doing a great job. Let's first talk a little bit about the program. Talk about it.
Okay. Well, the program just started recently, I would say less than 10 years ago. We don't actually have a pool, although our school is on a lake, and a lot of our swimmers have summer swim teams. So it started out as a club team with a couple of swimmers from those summer teams going to some meets here and there. Then through that, Lynn Vanderhoof then started a varsity team, and she had about 20 swimmers on her team. I stepped in about 4 years ago and wanted to build the program. And what we did is we tried to talk to athletes and said, listen, there's not much to do in the wintertime. I will take those soccer players, those track runners. And I said, hey, listen, I can work for you. So get in the pool. We'll get in the pool. We'll do some low impact stuff. And then we'll make your seasons even greater.
Well, you're doing it, and they're doing it as well. Let's talk about what the numbers are like there at Wallenpaupack with the swim program this season.
Yes, so we actually have an outstanding 33 girls and 19 boys. So we have over 50 swimmers, so it's fabulous.
Yeah, impressive numbers, that's for sure. Let's talk about the setup for swimming. No pool at Paupack.
No pool.
So talk about where you go, how you get it done during the week.
We beg, barter, and plead. So what we did is we found some community pools that have indoor pools. They're not legal size 25-yard pools. They're about, I would say, maybe 17, 18 yards. We had our school teachers come together, and our building trades built us some lane lines, and we use Wallenpaupack Lake Estates and Fawn Lake on Mondays and Fridays. And then we reached out to the Carbondale YMCA, and they've been generous enough to let us use their pool Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Our trouble is we don't have a pool, but we rely on transportation, and our transportation gets us to and from these pools so that we're back in time for the late buses. So unfortunately, we only have about an hour in the pool, but it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, quite admirable. All those places do some work with the Carbondale YMCA. Great job up there by Jason and the staff. So obviously very grateful for them. Well, we got plenty of swimmers to talk to this morning. And tell us a little bit about our first swimmer, Claire.
Okay, our first swimmer, Claire, she is a senior this year, and she actually joined the team last year, and she was one of those athletes that she played soccer, and she runs track. And I said to her, she was an outstanding athlete in soccer, and I said to her, hey, listen, I heard you swam. I would love for you to join the team. I said, I know it might not be your number one thing, but I said, I can get you in better shape for soccer and for running. So she said, yeah, I used to swim. I liked it. I didn't even know that we actually had a swim team. So it was great to get her out, and she has been progressing tremendously. Claire has been an outstanding swimmer in the 100 and the 50 free. So sprinting is more of her thing, but of course I've been throwing her in different events here and there.
Well, great to hear about Claire and everything that she could do. Let's welcome in Claire right now here. She is a senior. And, Claire, let's talk a little bit about being a senior and doing all the stuff that you're doing right now.
It's really cool to see all the different sports come together and be different and versatile in each of them.
And as far as the 100 free, the 50 free, a couple of events you really enjoy, how about them?
Yeah, I actually really like to do those. Those are my favorite events, and I think it's good that I like them because it makes me better and it pushes me to do well in them.
Soccer, track and field, a couple of events that you do as well as swimming. Talk about what that's like.
It's different to be a part of a team sport from soccer and then come into swimming, and do more individual stuff, but even then we're still part of as a team and work together.
FBLA, SAD, National Honor Society, you're a well-rounded young lady. Talk a little bit about being so versatile in the classroom, with the clubs, and in the pool.
It's different to be like go from school and then to a sport, but it actually balances out equally, and sports like help me keep my school all together.
All right, and you got a couple of siblings that are a little older. Tell us about them and what you've learned from them.
My sister used to be an athlete, so she kind of like motivated me and pushed me to be better.
And let's talk a little bit about the math and science in the classroom and how that's going.
That's like my favorite. Those are my favorite subjects, so I like to do those, and it's helping me out with going to college. Next
step for you, Duquesne University, is that already set in stone, and you're going to do pharmacy?
Yes, I'm definitely going there.
Well, congratulations. Let's talk about some of the role models in your life and how they've inspired you.
My dad is definitely my biggest role model. He always pushes me to do my best and he always tells me that school and sports, that I have to focus on them a lot.
Well, great to hear your story this morning, Claire. We appreciate your time, and the best of luck at Duquesne.
Thank you.
All right, let's get back with our coach, Campbell, here from Wallenpaupack. And Coach, well, you got a great young lady in Claire, and I know we're going to have others we're going to talk to, but we got people here with this program, you said over 50, that may have never done swimming in the past. Now you got athletes that are just becoming more well-rounded, helps them in life, and I'm sure you're as proud as can be to hear, somebody going to Duquesne to take it to the next level academically.
Absolutely. That is actually what we're kind of like building our team philosophy on, is that you can take, like, swimming is a lifelong sport. So certainly by taking these other athletes and saying, listen, you know, get in the water, you can work to your potential individually, although then we come together as a team, it will help you in your lifelong goals. Not only that, just being disciplined. I think by being in a sport helps you manage your time, which then helps them more in the classroom. Huge advocate of being involved. So I think that Claire is a good example of that, and so are some of these other girls that can then take that sport and then apply it to their daily lives.
All right, we have another young lady we're going to talk to, Shannon. Tell us a little bit about Sharon. Is it Sarah?
Yeah, it's Shannon Sarrow. She is a veteran here. She started out as freshman year, and this is her 4th year swimming, so she is probably the most seasoned swimmer on our team. She is fabulous. She's been swimming Hemlock ever since she was little, probably 5 and under. And she has been versatile in every stroke. I can put her in anything, and I know that she'll swim it. Again, her favorites are the sprint, the 50 and the 100. But what's nice is coming in freshman year, I didn't need her in those areas. So she said, Coach, wherever you need me. And I would throw her in the 100 fly, the 200 IM, the 200 free. And even to this day, whatever I need her in, she'll definitely volunteer to swim.
Well, that you always like that.
Absolutely.
A little volunteer work there. And let's welcome in Shannon right now here on the show. And Shannon Sarrow, you're a senior. You're one of the captains on this team. And talk a little bit about your events, what you compete in, and what you enjoy.
I usually can obviously swim anything wherever coach puts me, but I usually like swimming the 100 free and the 50 free because they're easy to do and just get it over with.
How about the best time you've had in one of them, or something that you're really proud of that you've accomplished in the pool?
The 100 free for sure, because I feel like I really started to pace myself and get down to almost at least a minute or so.
All right, awesome. Soccer player as well, and I know there's a lot of pride there at Wallenpaupack with the soccer program. What's that been like?
Oh, it's been a good experience. Last 4 years, definitely my senior year was one of the best. Playing soccer with all these girls my whole life, and definitely with Claire as well. She plays soccer, and we all work together, and even soccer players are all over in the swim team as well.
Another National Honor Society member here, and you also work with the yearbook. What's that experience like?
Oh, it's a good experience. You get to go to all the events at the school and all the sports. You get to take pictures, and you are always there, and it's a good experience.
Let's talk about a couple of siblings you have. You have an older one and a younger one, so tell us about each.
Both my brothers are fun and always there for me, and my older brother always comes to most of my meets he can. My little brother always just likes cheering me on. It's nice.
Any other swimmers in the family, or are you the only one?
My whole family swims, yes.
Awesome to hear. Let's talk about the next step for you. You're still searching around for the right fit for you for college, and do you have an idea on what you want to study yet?
I don't know what I wanted to study yet. Hopefully I'm just going to go undecided and go from there.
All right, and let's talk about your mom as a role model, what she's meant to you and inspiring you.
My mom was my swim coach practically my whole life, and she's always pushed me to my limits and made me work harder and better for what I can do and prove myself to her.
All right, Shannon, well, you did a great job today live on the radio. We appreciate you coming in, and we wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Shannon Sarro there from Wallenpaupack. Let's get back over to Coach Campbell as we talk Wallenpaupack swimming here on the John Mendola Show. We got a couple more young ladies we're going to talk to, and tell us who our next guest is, Coach.
Our next guest is Kaylin Campbell, and she is a junior this year. Again, another three-sport athlete. She, played field hockey, and then, of course, swimming and track. She has been swimming her whole life, too. Unfortunately, it was kind of she was kind of, forced into it at a young age, but she ended up liking it along the way, which is a nice surprise. She can also swim almost about everything. Her favorite is the 200 IM and the 500 free, and she did really well in those last year and made it to states in those events. This year, she's been mixing it up and doing the 200 free, the 100 back. She's also swam the 100 free and even the 100 breast. So again, another versatile swimmer that I can really put into anything and swim. Kaylin also is one of some of our swimmers that swim in outside club. So right now she is currently swimming with the Pocono Family YMCA, and she is doing very well there also.
All right, let's welcome in Kaylin Campbell here on the John Mendola Show, and let's talk about your junior year here and doing that versatility thing, doing a little bit of everything. What's it been like for you?
I mean, it's hard, but I enjoy doing every single stroke. I mean, I can't imagine myself just being really good at just one event. I enjoy doing all of the events. I'm thankful that I'm decent at every stroke.
And being a field hockey player, what's that experience been like for you? Do you have a favorite sport?
I don't have a favorite sport. I mean, my favorite sport in the winter time is obviously swimming, and then I'm like, oh, I want to swim in college, but then once field hockey season comes around, I'm like, oh, I love field hockey so much. I want to play field hockey in college. I'm very indecisive. Yeah,
that's okay. A gritty sport, field hockey, and the dedication you have in the pool. Boy, you're involved with just about every club there is, and you have some distinguishing honors with those. Talk a little bit about some things you're involved with there at school.
Yeah, I mean, I'm involved in FBLA, SAD, I'm the class president, I'm in prom committee, I'm in basically everything, but I enjoy being in everything. I like making friends with everybody. I can't imagine myself just going home after school and doing my homework. I enjoy getting home at 10 o'clock at night and doing my homework.
Let's talk about the sister.
Yeah, Kara has been swimming the same amount of time as me, and she's basically like my training partner. She's my best friend. I probably wouldn't be as good at swimming as I am if it wasn't for her.
In the classroom, you enjoy two different things, English and chemistry, and usually you don't get that same combination out of many people. So what is it about each subject you enjoy?
Yeah, I like English because I actually love to write. Writing is a really big passion of mine, and I'm really good at grammar, I think. And then chemistry, I'm in chemistry right now. I think it's difficult, but I enjoy learning about it.
All right. Well, hopefully you're not going to correct us too much on our grammar today, but you're doing a great job. Let's talk about your parents as inspirations and pushing you to reach your limits.
Yeah, both my parents did sports in high school, college, throughout their entire lives, and they don't force me and my sister to do anything. I think it's really reassuring to know that they're always going to be there for me, even if I don't do good at something.
All right. Well, we appreciate your story, and thanks for coming in today, and continued success in the pool. Hope you can make it back to states.
Thank you so much.
All right. Let's move along and coach another young lady to talk about here in this segment before we check out the guys, and this is Mary Harmons coming up.
Yes, and Mary is also a junior, and Mary also is one of those seasoned swimmers who this is her third year on the team. She also swam at the Greater Scranton YMCA, where I was a coach there a long time ago. So I did try to actually recruit her and made sure that she was doing high school swimming for us. She also is versatile. However, her favorites are the 100 breaststroke and the 200 IM. She also likes the 500 free. So the distance definitely is one of her strengths. Last year we made her swim the 500, and lo and behold, and she realized, oh, actually I'm pretty good at this. So that was very nice surprise. Last year she came in 6th at the district competition, actually 4th. I apologize, 4th in the 100 breaststroke. She dropped 4 seconds and did a phenomenal job there for us, and it was a nice surprise. So we're hoping some really good things from her this season at the district meet, and we're just excited to have her back.
Yeah, well, a lot of positive stuff. Let's welcome in Mary this morning from the Wallenpaupack swim team. And Mary, you're a junior, as Coach mentioned, and trying a little bit of everything. Tell us about that first time you tried the 500, what that experience was like.
The first time I tried the 500, I was like dreading it, and it was such a long race. But swimming it, I really liked it, and I liked the pace that I went, and I realized that I actually liked it.
All right, and let's talk. You got a couple younger siblings, so talk about them. Are they swimmers as well? What are they up to right now, Josh and Sophie?
My brother and sister are both swimmers. They swim in our summer league, and my brother actually does cross country, but they want to do swimming in high school.
All right, and let's talk about the group of swimmers you have at Wallenpaupack, over 50, which is outstanding. But boy, there's a lot of traveling and a couple of hoops you have to jump through to actually get in a pool. You wouldn't know it any other way right now, Wallenpaupack, because you just don't have them. But talk about what those experiences are like. I'm sure there's homework being done on the bus or conversations that you're having, and some friendships really have grown, I'm sure, from this.
Yeah, I think that since we have to do so much to go to the pool, I think it bonds us more as a family and as a team. And since we all have to go through it, that we all push each other and help each other to really get our times better, even though we're not in a legal-sized pool. And I think that we grow overall. National
Honor Society, so you're really good in the classroom, hitting those books. Talk about balancing both for you.
Balancing both can sometimes be hard since we have to travel a lot and leave school early since we don't have a pool. But I really think that overall the coaches are good, and if you have a stressful day from school and you have to have a lot of homework, that even though you're stressed at practice, they're still good.
All right, and the goal down the road is a 10 to 4-year university. You're a junior, so you got some time to think about that. Any thoughts on a major yet?
I would like to be an athletic trainer when I go to college.
All right, pretty big field. A lot of people interested in that major. Let's talk a little bit about one of your role models, your dad.
My dad is my biggest role model because he never sugarcoats things for me, and he says it like straightforward. So it's really a good role model because they never sugarcoat anything.
Well, love to hear it, Mary. We like listening to your story and continued success in the pool.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Mary Harmuth from the Wallenpaupack swim team. We're going to get over to the guys. Coach Campbell's going to come back. We're going to talk with Mark Lewinsky from the Indianapolis Colts about Mark Duda getting elected into the Hall of Fame there for what he's done on the junior college level. We're also going to talk with Kenny Bianchi, big-time wins in basketball. Joe Gavio, Hazleton area girls basketball coach. So still a lot more to talk about. Want to thank you for following us on Twitter at John Mendola Show. And thank our friends at Mendocino's Italian Specialties located on Sanderson Avenue in Scranton for helping us out with sponsoring that. Again, it is Mendocino's Italian Specialties, Sanderson Avenue in Scranton. We come back, we will talk more Wallenpaupack swimming, basketball, football coming up your way. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jeremy Paczynski. Break like a good neighbor. Jeremy Paczynski is there. We'll be back on WILK.